Hey everybody, today I'm going to review Hitachi's brand new 18-volt brushless triple hammer impact driver, which is the most powerful impact driver that they've ever made. Now along with that, this is going to have features on it not found on any other impact drivers currently on the market. And the main one will be the new triple hammer mechanism. That's going to give you more impacts per minute, meaning it's going to be faster and it will have less vibrations. Now what they've also done with this particular unit is upgrade the battery pack with a completely new design. It's a compact pack, however it's a full 3 amp hours. And unlike a traditional 3 amp hour pack that's going to look like a full-size 4 or 5 amp hour version, it will have greatly reduced weight, but it's going to have the same exact voltage and capacity. That means you'll get more work done, but the tool itself is going to be a lot lighter. Now what I want to do in this video is give you some closer up looks at this. We're going to take a look at what comes in the kit as well as the different features. Then we're going to do extensive runtime and performance testing. You'll see firsthand the type of job that this is going to do for you. Here's a closer look at the impact driver, and I want to point out right off the bat that all the green portion you see is a very hard plastic. And then the black portion extending around the grip, the side bumpers as well as around the rear is a softer rubber overmold. With the 3 amp hour compact pack installed, it's coming in at under 3 pounds, which is going to be 2 pounds 14 ounces. And the overall dimensions of the unit are only 8.5 inches high, 5 inches long, and then the top portion is about 2.25 inches wide. In addition to that, you'll notice this belt clip installed for right-handed use. But if you are left-handed, you can remove the set screw, move it to the opposite side, and it would be set up for left-handed use. A huge advantage of the new 3 amp hour compact pack over the current 3 amp hour pack will be the size and weight. These are the same voltage and they have the same storage capacity. But because they are using different cells, they were able to pack a lot more power into a smaller package with the new style. It only weighs 13.5 ounces compared to 22.5 ounces with the current model, and that's a 9 ounce difference. Meaning that the compact pack is going to weigh over half a pound less, and it can do the exact same amount of work. Now if we look at a competitor's 1.5 amp hour compact pack, this one's going to have double the capacity, and it's still going to be smaller. If you pick up one of the kits, what will be included is a carrying case, the impact driver, 2 3 amp hour compact battery packs, and a rapid charger. Now I do want to point out this particular charger has a fan built inside that's going to cool the battery off as it charges, and it also has a USB port on the back with a separate on-off switch. That's going to save space on the workbench and will allow you to charge your cell phone or your tablet using the same exact charger. Unlike a traditional blow mold carrying case, it's typically very oversized and only good for carrying the tool around. This one still has a storage compartment on the bottom for the battery packs, the charger, and the tool. However, on the top portion, it's a separate storage container. They have a center latch that you can pop open, and inside you can see different sections. I have some screws as well as a notepad in here, but you could really load this down, organize it very well, and when you get to your job site, you're already going to have what you need. So rather than just have a traditional blow mold case, it just takes up a bunch of space. This one does have 2 different sections, and it would be a lot more ideal for carrying out to the job. Like all 18-volt tools in Hitachi's cordless lineup, the battery is going to be on a slide rail system. There's a button on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the pack. Just press those in and hold it, and it's going to slide right off. You can then charge this up or put a different pack on the tool, slide it into place, and as soon as you hear the click, it's going to be locked in and ready to go. The trigger is going to be a variable speed trigger, meaning the harder you press in on it, the faster the chuck's going to turn. So if you want to go very slow, just barely press on it. Or if you want to go very fast, you'd press on it all the way. Now you'll also notice a switch just above the trigger. This is going to slide left to right. If we slide it all the way to the right, it's going to put it in reverse. If we slide it all the way to the left, it's going to be in forward. And then the center position is going to be a trigger lock to prevent you from accidentally activating the tool as you're transporting it. At the base of the grip, you'll see some LEDs and 2 different buttons. There's a red button and a green button. The red button will allow you to check the status of the battery pack. If you press that in and hold it, you'll see some red LEDs. And when you see 2 of them lit up, it means that the pack is fully charged. If we only saw 1 red LED, it means that the pack would be at 50% or less. And if neither lit up, it means that you do need to recharge the pack. On the opposite side, we'll see a green button as well as a green LED. And this is how we're going to adjust the LED light just above the trigger. When it's selected on on-off, that means that it will turn on and off when you press it on the trigger. And when you release it, it does have a 10-second delay. If you press that again, it's going to completely kill power to the LED. And that means that you won't see a green LED down here at the bottom, indicating that you have disabled it. If you want to use it as a task light, you could press that again, and it will be selected on. That means that you would not even have to press it on the trigger in order to activate that, and you can use this as a flashlight. Now, so you don't accidentally drain the battery pack down, this does have a 2-minute timeout. So if you're using it and you forget to turn that back off, it will automatically kill power to it to conserve your battery life. But most of the time you'll want to use it just with the on-off mode, meaning when you pull it on the trigger, it will be activated. Then after 10 seconds, it'll turn itself automatically off. The chuck is a standard 1/4-inch hex quick release chuck, and all you'll have to do when you want to install a bit is line it up, grab the black collar around the outside and pull that forward, and the bit's going to slide right in place. You can then get to work, and once you're done, to remove the bit, all you'll have to do is grab that same collar, pull it forward, and then the bit's going to pop right out. To verify what the actual RPMs of the tool are versus the manufacturer's specs, I'll be using a Monarch PT99 digital non-contact tachometer. That's going to project a red LED onto this reflective tape, and as it spins, it's going to pick up exactly how fast the RPMs of the tool are. We're going to test forward and reverse in both the soft mode, which is a low RPM mode, and the power mode, which is a high RPM mode. And then we're going to compare our results with what the manufacturer claims. So, taking a look at our results versus what the manufacturer claims, you can see we beat it in both forward and reverse in the soft mode as well as the power mode. Both forward and reverse in the soft mode were rated at 900 RPMs, and we got the exact same 938 RPMs. And then in the power mode, they rated at 2900 RPMs. In forward, we achieved 2968. In reverse, we achieved 2974. At the base of the unit, just above the battery pack, you'll notice a silver button, and if you press this, you'll see LEDs change on the side. This is how you'll change between the different speed or power modes. When you only see one LED lit up, this is going to be the soft mode, which is ideal for small fasteners that you don't want to break. When you see two LEDs, that's going to be the normal mode, which you would use really for everyday use in average size fasteners such as drywall screws. If you press that again, you'll see a blue LED light up. That's going to be the power mode. This is for very large or very long fasteners, and it is going to be max power with the impact. Now also, they do have something called a self-drilling mode. This is going to be for self-drilling screws, such as running a screw in a piece of metal roof. It's going to prevent you from accidentally snapping the head off. It will start at a higher RPM and then lower the speed as it starts impacting to prevent accidental damage. To demonstrate the different speed or power modes, we're going to run some various screws into different pieces of wood. This is a standard pine 2x6, and what we have is a very small drywall screw. I put this on soft mode, which is going to be a low RPM and low torque mode. This will allow me to install it very easily. And if you notice, as soon as I released the trigger, it immediately stopped and we did not overdrive it. For larger fasteners like this 3-inch coated deck screw, we can sink that in a pressure treated board. However, we will want to go ahead and bump the power level up. Pressing that button once again, you'll notice two LEDs. Now we're in normal mode, which is going to be a high speed and high torque mode, ideal for everyday fasteners like this. For very large or very long fasteners, such as this SPAC screw, pressing that again until you see a blue light will indicate you are in power mode, which is going to be the most powerful mode of the impact driver. At this point, we could easily install this SPAC screw into a pressure-treated 4x4 post, and it's going to do so very quickly. And finally, they do have the self-drilling screw mode, which is ideal for using self-piercing screws on things like installing metal siding or perhaps a metal roof. So what we'll do is take this piece of metal, we're going to install it against the pressure-treated 4x4 post, and we're going to bump this into that self-drilling mode. Now what this is going to do, as soon as it senses a load, it will automatically lower the RPMs, even if I keep the trigger held in fully, to allow me to install it perfectly without overdriving it or accidentally snapping the head off. So as you can see, even though I held it on the trigger the entire time, once it started impacting, it automatically slowed down the RPMs, and I was able to set the screw correctly. Because the impact driver is IP56 rated, it means that it can withstand dust as well as water. Now you cannot completely submerge this without messing something up. However, if it is left outside in a rainstorm, or maybe in the bed of your truck when you go down a dirt road, even if it gets coated, it's not going to destroy it. Now keep in mind the hammer and anvil mechanism are completely sealed up here in the front, and then all the connections inside do have a coating on them to prevent water from accidentally damaging something. Since the entire mechanism is going to be sealed, I drew this diagram to show you exactly what the triple hammer is versus a standard impact driver. With a standard impact driver you can see 2 hammers. With the triple hammer we have 3 hammers. That's going to give you more beats per minute, and it means that this is going to be a lot faster. And finally, one thing that they do have built into this that you normally don't see on any power tool is a safety strap. Now a lot of people will probably cut this off the back because they don't want it hanging down. But let's say you're up on top of a ladder, or maybe you're up on top of a building working with this. If you happen to drop it, it's probably going to break. But you can prevent accidental damage with it by just putting your wrist through that loop, then holding onto your tool. Because now if you happen to drop it, all that's going to happen is it's going to swing off your wrist. It's not going to slam down on somebody's head or break on the concrete, and you would save yourself a lot of damage and having to unnecessarily replace the tool if you do use that strap. If you are a professional contractor, and let's say you build decks for a living, then running larger fasteners like these 3-inch coated deck screws is going to be something you'll do on a daily basis. Now if you can speed up that process with the impact driver versus the current model that you might already own, you could save yourself a lot of time and theoretically make a lot more money. Now what you want to keep in mind with something like this, I would highly suggest bumping that up to power mode. That's going to give you maximum torque and maximum RPMs. And because of the triple hammer mechanism, it's going to give you up to 4,000 beats per minute. That's more than really any other impact driver on the market, and it's also going to have relatively low vibrations. So what we'll do is just line up this 3-inch screw, pull it on the trigger, and watch how fast it can sink it. And really in a matter of about a second it sunk the 3-inch screw, and if you're running hundreds or thousands of these a day, that could really add up. For an extreme test to show you just how fast the impact driver is, I have 3 stacked pressure-treated 4x4 posts and a 10-inch Timberlock wood screw. If you notice when I put this next to it, it will extend almost all the way through all 3. And what we're going to do is see exactly how fast the impact driver could install something like this. We will be on power mode, which is going to be the high speed and high torque mode. And for very long fasteners that require a lot of torque, this would be ideal. Now for a runtime test, I have a fully charged 3 amp hour compact battery pack. And I have this on power mode, which is going to be a very high torque and very fast speed setting. What this is ideal for is larger fasteners like these 3-inch coated deck screws. We're going to see how many of these we can put into stacked pressure treated 2x10s on just one charge. 363 3-inch coated deck screws into stacked pressure treated 2x10s on one 3 amp hour compact battery charge. So now you've seen Hitachi's brand new 18 volt brushless triple hammer impact driver for yourself. This is a very compact and lightweight unit. Like I showed you in those clips, it's very fast and very powerful. On one 3 amp hour battery charge, we got a tremendous amount of work done. And when you remember that this new compact version is going to be the same voltage and have the same capacity as a full-size 3 amp hour pack, you're not going to lose anything other than weight. So this is actually coming in at over half a pound lighter than a traditional pack. And if you're using it all day long, that will make a big difference. Now remember, the kit will come with 2 of these battery packs. And because the rapid charger can bring them back to a full charge in roughly 30 minutes, even if you're going non-stop, you're never going to run out of power as long as you keep one on the charger. Now lastly, the warranty with this is excellent. The tool is going to have a lifetime warranty. The batteries are going to have a 2-year warranty and the charger is going to have a 1-year warranty. If you happen to run into a problem with it during that time frame, Hitachi will fix or replace it for you free of charge. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.